With the new moon on September the 2nd, long-held karmic lessons and karmic patterns are now coming to completion, coming to conclusion, helping us really set ourselves free from all the stuff that has been holding us back, from the things that have been and no longer are to our highest and greatest good, and are also no longer in alignment with who we have grown into. So with this new moon, you will notice a lot of falling away that is happening. It's really meant to help us really free ourselves from what has been, so we can move forward unhindered, no longer held back by all the stuff that has really been holding us back. Because oftentimes those karmic things, those karmic patterns, those karmic lessons that we're actually meant to learn, they're playing a big role in our life, whether you're aware of it or not, but they're often playing in the background. And now with this new moon, a lot of that old stuff that we have been holding on to, that maybe we haven't really been willing to learn and to discover, they're now really coming to the surface to come to conclusion. And in this video, I want to share with you the 5 key things I think you should know about this particular new moon on September the 2nd, so you can really make the most out of what's really available with this new moon. So let's dive right in with the very first thing, is that there's truly like a myriad of long-held karmic lessons that are not coming to completion. So a lot of that stuck energy, those repeating patterns that you have been stuck in, the karmic energies, it's now all falling away, and it's really assisting you in, for one, learning what you need to learn, but also let go of all the stuff that no longer serves you. Because a lot of the karmic lessons, that they simply no longer serve you. Because this year alone, and even last year, and these last couple of years, there has been a lot of growth that has been happening. You have been waking up more. You have been ascending more. You have been transcending more, like from the inside out. And now these karmic lessons, it's like old news, so to speak, because you have healed so much. You have grown so much, especially this year, especially since we moved into the age of Aquarius. You have definitely taken a lot of leaps in your spiritual growth, your emotional growth, your belief set, your mindset. So you have grown tremendously. Also energetically, you have really grown. And a lot of the stuff that is really no longer serving you, no longer in alignment, is now really ready to come to the surface and ready to be released. So with this new one, you will release a lot of that old stuck energy that has been with you for quite some time. So there's really like that closing of a big chapter, of many chapters, that is now happening with this new moon. Then the second thing I want you to know is that there's an immense shedding of the old that can happen now with this new moon. So this can bring up a lot for you. However, I just want you to know is that even though it can be a little overwhelming with what you're experiencing, once you're really releasing that, here's really about letting it go. It's about allowing this stuff to come up. Because then when you really release that, there's a breath of relief that then comes once you start releasing and once you start letting it go. You will then feel so much lighter, because you're really shedding a lot of the stuff that's been holding you back. Because oftentimes those karmic lessons, those karmic ties, those karmic patterns, they're often weighing quite heavy on us. And oftentimes you may not even be aware of what's really going on. But now with this new moon, a lot of stuff is coming to the surface for you to really then realize what's really been holding you back, what's really been weighing you down, so you can release, so you can let it go, you can really shed it. So there's a lot of shedding that is happening with this new moon. Now, this can be a little overwhelming if you are really resisting it, or if you're trying to hold on to it too long, then you may notice that it can be quite challenging. And I also have a light language activation coming out for karmic healing to really help you with what this new moon really brings to the surface. So if you haven't done so already, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever that video comes out. And if you are already a subscribed member of my community, then definitely stay tuned, because it will come out very soon. Then the third thing I want you to know is that with this new moon, I want to invite you to really pay attention to your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, any memories that are coming up, because a lot is coming up. And here I want you to know it's not coming up for you to kind of like dive in, like, why is this happening? Why am I feeling this? And really trying to dissect it. No, it's really just coming up for you to acknowledge, okay, this is what's coming up. Okay, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to release that. And this can actually be old stuff, things that you may have not even thought about for a very long time, that has been really forgotten, that you didn't even want to think about anymore. And it can also be more recent things as well. So just know that a lot of stuff is coming up, and here's really become aware. Pay attention. Because all these things that are coming to the surface, they're coming up for a reason. It's for you to acknowledge them and then to release them. to transform them into something higher, to really let them dissolve into nothingness where they came from. But on or around the new moon, really pay attention. Pay attention to how are you feeling? What are some repeating thoughts that keep coming up? What are some experiences that you keep thinking about? Some memories that are coming up, right? Really pay attention, because a lot will come up for you to really acknowledge. Because then when you acknowledge that, then we're moving then into the fourth piece that I want you to know is that be open to learn. Because when it comes to karmic lessons, well, there are lessons you're meant to learn, right? That's why they have been with you for quite some time. So it's important for you to really learn your lesson. So by you paying attention of what is coming up, and then here, like I said, it's not about really diving into the story of what happened and why and yada, 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 and none of that stuff. But it's really then saying, okay, this feeling comes up. Okay, what am I meant to learn from this? What is the message, the lesson, and the gift from this? Because it's coming up for a reason. And then when it comes up, you can really open yourself up to learn. Because when it comes to releasing karma, lessons need to be learned. I mean, yes, now with this new moon, there's also a lot of old stuff that is just now ready to be released, where you don't necessarily need to learn the lesson, but those more important things, the things that are really important for you to learn, those you want to become aware of. So that's why it's pay attention to your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, all of that stuff, like even whenever you're being triggered. Because that will then give you insights if you're then tuning in and really opening yourself up to the message, the lesson, and the gift. That's what you want to uncover. Not the story. The story doesn't matter. The story never matters. It's about the message, the lesson, and the gift. Really detaching from whatever you uncovered emotionally and like just looking at it from a more detached kind of point of view to uncover what is really there. What am I meant to learn from this? Right? Because you don't want to go about these things like from the victim mentality, like, oh, this is what happened and why did it happen to me? I'm a good person, or none of that stuff. Because like I said, that's when you're then connected to the story, and the story, like I said, doesn't matter. But when you're really connecting to, well, what happened here? What am I feeling? What am I meant to learn from this? When you get that gift of what you're meant to learn from that lesson, then you can then release it. And oftentimes when it comes to karma, is you need to learn the lesson in order to release it, to let it go. And here a suggestion is, on or around the new moon, maybe keep a notebook handy to write down anything that is coming up. Write down those insights. Write down those realizations that you're getting, like about uncovering the gifts, the message, the lesson in whatever you uncovered. That's really important, because when you do, then you can release it. You can let that go. And like I said, that light language that is going to come out is going to also help you to transform and transcend all of those karmic lessons that are not ready to come to completion. Then the fifth and final thing I want you to know is that now this can be quite challenging if you're resisting it, because it's not always easy to really look at all these things that are coming up. Often they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to push this aside. Oh, I don't want to touch that, right? But the thing is, now with this new moon, there's really a healing wave that comes with this new moon. It's really supporting us to release, to let go, because September is going to be a big month. There's going to be a lot of transformation happening, a lot of ascension happening, and this new moon is really assisting us to shed the layers that is really keeping us stuck in the 3D world, because we're meant to really ascend, we're meant to really uplift, we're meant to really step into a more heart-centered way of living. Well, all that karma, all that negative stuff is kind of keeping us, really anchored into the 3D world, into the limitation, the doubt, the fear and stuff like that. And it's really keeping us from really ascending and transcending. So that's why it's important that you really lean into that with an open heart and an open mind. And you do this work. Allow yourself to uncover this. Allow yourself to release this. Allow yourself to then transcend this, right? And it really starts with you really becoming aware of, paying attention to what's coming up, and then allowing yourself to uncover the message, the lesson, and the gift. But then really deciding, okay, now I got the message, now I got the lesson, I got the gift. Now I'm going to release the rest. I'm going to release the story. I'm going to release the negative emotions, the stuck energies. Because the key here is you want to allow, to make the most out of this new moon energy. It's about allowing and surrendering to this healing wave. Really receive these healing frequencies that are really available now with this new moon to help you transcend and transform all that karma, all that stuff that is now coming to the surface, that is now ready to be released, to come to completion. Because it is very freeing and uplifting and also empowering when you then really release all that baggage, that energetic karmic baggage that you have been carrying with you for quite some time. And here I also have a video I want to mention to you. It's about letting go and surrendering. It's in the description below. It's a light language activation that can also help you with this as well. So you can really surrender to this process. Let go of whatever is really holding you back. So if that's of interest to you, definitely check it out in the description below. So these are the 5 key things I want you to know. If you've gotten some value out of this video so far, I want to invite you, maybe hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Maybe let me know, have you already noticed that things from your past are coming up? Are you maybe already working through some karmic things that are not coming up? Because this can actually happen even days before the new moon. It's then kind of ramping up, right? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. I would love to know. But now the way you can make the most out of this beautiful new moon energy about releasing the karma and things like that is really be open. Be open to the messages, the insights, the realizations. Really be open to receive that. Really also pay attention, because awareness is really key. When you become aware, well, then you have the power to do something about it. If you're not aware, if you're very busy and always distracted by the busy work, and you're not making the time and space to like, okay, now I'm going to open myself up to receiving the insights, whether it's through meditation, to gentle contemplation, to maybe journaling, automatic writing, whatever it is, maybe connecting with nature, whatever it is. But it's about making a time and space to really open yourself up to uncover, well, what is really coming up, what is really there, what is now ready to be uncovered and then released. Then open yourself up to really uncovering the message, the lesson, and the gift. Take the gift with you. Take the lesson or the message with you, and then release the rest. And like I said, the light language activations are about to come out will then also assist you with this karmic releasing. So definitely stay tuned for that. And also, I just want to mention something that is absolutely exciting, because on September the 2nd, my membership Transcendence finally opens its doors to really assist you with your spiritual journey. And I really was guided to launch my membership in September, because September is going to be a huge month, a huge energetic month. And I was guided to launch it right on the new moon on the 2nd to really support you throughout this transformative journey. So if you're interested to learn more about Transcendence, then click the link in the description below. Check it out. If you're watching this before the doors are open, you can join the waitlist. If you're watching this video and you're clicking on the link after the 2nd, then you can also right away, you can join this exciting journey to really transcend yourself into a higher way of being and living. So I would be honored if you were to join me in Transcendence. It's definitely dear to my heart as I received the guidance for that. So doors will open on September the 2nd with the new moon to really assist you on this beautiful journey of transcendence, of awakening, of really stepping into your higher power. So if that's of interest to you, definitely check out the link in the description below. But here you go, you have the forecast for the new moon and also how to really make the most of it. I really hope you enjoyed this. Also, be sure to check out these 2 videos here. One is that let it go and surrender light language activation. Another one is about how to really embrace your higher calling. I think you're going to enjoy both of those. So thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.